Knight here. So in this video, we're going to talk about using smoke to protect your troops on the initial drop and ways that you can come out of the smoke and start the attack. Simple smoke drop. So I did this attack already, so I'm going to stop it step by step. So you can see I dropped 2 smokes with a little bit of a gap in between. You want that gap because you want those smokes as wide as you can to protect all your landing crafts that come out. But you also want it small enough that defenses don't target your troops as they're walking through that gap. We'll protect them though. Watch. So here's the initial drop. So I'm going to pause it there. Drop all your troops right in the middle of those 2 smokes you've dropped, just at the top. Now you can see your landing crafts drop pretty wide, but all these defenses here in the front are going to be looking at these troops that are coming in off the side. But if you watch, they won't really target them because they're walking under the smoke. And then you can see I dropped the 3rd smoke. So now all your troops are under smoke. So if we leave it like this and we let the smoke timer run out, all your troops are going to be there, and all of these defenses are going to target this clump of troops. So a couple shots from the mortars here, a couple shots from the boom cannon sniper towers, it could kill a lot of your troops. So the trick to coming out of the smoke is you're going to flare the defense. That will walk your heavies out to the front, keep your bombardiers in the back and protect them. You're going to hit taunt with bullet, and you can throw a shock on the shock launcher to keep them moving. Actually, let's do it in half speed. Watch in half speed. Well, I had 1 heavy, but not a big deal. So you're going to see, we're going to throw a flare right there. Smoke comes out. Taunt. You can see all the defenses now are looking at the heavies in front and bullet taunting, and all your bombardiers in the back are protected. And that's how you come out of smoke. So if we just let this go, we keep hitting taunt, keep shocking the shock launcher because you want your troops moving. And that's a simple drop using smoke and how to come out of the smoke. It's a straightforward hit, but if used properly, it will help your gameplay out immensely, especially with warships play. Okay, so I changed it up. Here's another hit that I did. This one's a little more advanced. We're going to use smoke to cover our troops, and then we're going to flare them all the way to the back corner here. We'll show you how to keep them under smoke doing that, and I'll show you how we come out of the smoke. So here's the smoke drop. So depending on how much GBE you have, you can throw a 3rd smoke over here, and that will cover your troops, the landing crafts that are over there. I wanted to show you how to save some GBE and using just 2 smokes. So this time I threw the smoke so that they were touching or a little bit over. That way your troops are constantly under smoke. There's no gap in between the 2 smokes that you threw. And then we're going to drop all the troops right there under that far smoke. And when you throw the smoke, you're going to throw this one first, that one second, so that this one that your troops are under is going to be their longest. And this is what I mean about the 3rd smoke. You could have threw a 3rd one, but as you can see, those 2 smokes cover almost all your landing craft except for 2. You put bullet at the end, That way, any defenses hopefully will target bullet and not your bombardiers. But if you have the GBE, you can throw a third smoke, not a big deal. So now we're going to let the troops walk. So the heavies are going to start to come out. But what we're going to do here is we're going to throw that flare way in the back corner. I'm going to do this half speed. And we're going to throw smoke, and we're going to keep the smoke touching. So that as your troops walk to the back, none of the troops are coming out from underneath the smoke. If you want to save some GBE, you can use some gap in between. But for this example, I wanted to protect all my troops. And then the last two smokes with a flare is, you throw two because your troops will fan out. And you don't want them coming out, just like you saw on the initial landing, the heavies started fanning out from underneath that smoke. This way they stay under smoke. I'm going to leave this in half speed. And then coming out of the smoke is going to be the same idea. We're going to flare. In this case, I flare. I'm going to flare the flamethrower. I'm going to hit taunt so that no defenses target the bombardiers. So right before you come out of the smoke, flare, taunt, shock that shock launcher, and watch. No defenses here are targeting the bombardiers. Stayed in the back, protected them. Everything's looking at the heavies. Everything's looking at bullet who's taunting. Bombardiers are protected nicely in the back. So if I let this go at normal speed, you can see nice wall, what we call the wall of heavies here, protecting all your bombardiers in the back.